Have you heard of hashtag monk mode?
No.
76 million people have viewed hashtag monk mode on TikTok and Instagram. And they're considering going monk mode, which means you completely and totally abstain from social media.
Oh.
It is a complete and total, I don't want to say transformation, but it's kind of like, it seems to be the way things are going.
There's like a backlash.
There's a backlash where it's some of the users are saying when you finally delete social media, you realize you don't need it at all.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's toxic to obsess over the best angle for every photo that you're posting online. And of course, it's monk mode because you're abstaining the same way a monk would. You're abstaining from something. Monks, a lot of things.
Right.
But monk mode is abstaining from social media, just like not going back to it at all. And
It is so addicting. I mean,
yeah,
I know it's
like
off it
it.
for a little bit for the most part, and it was like there's less drama.
Yes, and you have way more free time.
Yeah, it's way less drama.
And you don't compare yourself as much to everybody
No.
else or the things that they have or don't have or you have and you don't have.
And then I just come in here and y'all would point out my deficiencies. But when I went home, I didn't have to keep hearing it. You know, I would just see.
It ended here.
Or it stopped at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 40 hours a week did I get it.
What is
Yeah.
what is a monk?
A monk is someone who lives like in a monastery that is very, very, very religious and abstains from several. But they pray a lot. Like
Is it a religion?
different than a priest. What Jared? Will you look or somebody look
Yeah,
up?
so a monk is a person who practices religious, I can't say that word, by living a monastic lifestyle, either alone or with a number of other monks. Let's see. I think they abstain from, sex and marriage and all that stuff.
And they follow
Lots of
the
things.
Buddha and Dharma teachings.
Buddha. They follow Buddha. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a really
It is a very
A life of
simple.
solitude.
Yes, a very
It's
simple life.
the guy from
and
Hangover. They went to the monastery so Zach Galifianakis could get his memory back in Hangover 2, and they stole the monk from the monastery, and he was quiet the whole time and did nothing, but they took him everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Do you know?
Okay.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
I like how he used Hangover 2 to explain what a monk is.
Well, I feel like that's like an example for Jason. That
Yeah,
he would
that's true.
Yeah, you got to relate.
with.
So
Yeah.
do monks take a vow of silence?
Vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, and some silence.
Our silence, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very interesting. So you can see how that relates to if you're going to be abstaining from social media, you just completely delete it, never go back.
I'm telling you, and I've said it before, it is our generation smoking.
Yeah.
I really think we'll look back and like, what did we do? And I don't think it was on purpose. And I think there are there good things about it? Sure. Absolutely. But
and is it fun? Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some things that, this is exciting. I'm keeping up with more people. But the mental health aspect of it, there's no study that shows that it's good for your mental health. None.
There haven't been any.
None.
I thought there was one that came out.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think Zuckerberg put it out. But
He's like,
Maybe.
do more.
he's probably not even on it. But you know what I'm saying? It's like every age group, they're affected negatively. Those are the studies. Not like it's neutral. Negative. More anxiety, more depression, more suicidal ideations. I mean, it's not good.
No, and if you watch the social, what was
Network?
it called? Yes, the social social dilemma.
Dilemma. Okay.
Social
yeah.
dilemma. It is so disturbing at how manipulated we are all being.
Right.
Like just, like the like button, for example, the like button. It was what did they do? They took it away for a while, or they said you could like love because they wanted to make sure that you got enough clicks in for the day.
Yes.
And then it was like, well, if you add the like button, then you want to make sure that you go back and see who liked your photo or who liked it. And then you're logging back on to see who liked the photo, who liked the like, who loved it.
Yeah.
It's all a
Yeah,
game.
because they did some sort of experiment where they took it away.
Yes.
And then the engagement wasn't there.
Yep,
And
people were
didn't
like,
care
oh,
as much.
okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, and then they also, even the refresh button, it could be instant.
Yeah.
You can instantly refresh, but they have it because it says it releases the anticipatory endorphins of like,
It does.
and so because that
Oh,
one,
yeah.
that split 2nd, you're like, oh, I got 2 more comments.
Yeah.
We're all guilty. I do it all the time.
Totally. And I think it really, for me personally, like if I'm scrolling for hours and hours and hours, I think to myself, just one more. I have to end on a good
Yes.
one. Like just a good one.
A good one.
Just to let you know,
It doesn't work.
It's insane, right?
Yeah,
We all do it.
It's insane.
Harvard did a study that says social media use can be positive for mental health and well-being.
If you're using it, how long?
I
1
don't know,
minute
you
a
said
day?
there was no studies.
One day?
Probably if you're an
have no
influencer making millions.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's
And
great
Mark
for it.
Zuckerberg went to Harvard, so
Yeah,
Follow the money.
There's more probably studies that it was bad, but there is some.
But
study.
what makes it? I know it's hard. It's probably a long study. but
Yeah, it just said it just said how much it's routinely used and emotionally connected. 3 health-related outcomes were social well-being, positive mental health, and self-rated health. But there's a lot more studies that show that it's harmful.
Yeah.
It says we're used to hearing that social media is harmful to mental health and well-being, particularly for young people. It has surprised you that this study, this is the interview, has so many positive effects, and this was the Harvard study.
MIT study, social media use linked to decline in mental health.
Well, yeah, I just said there's
Follow
more
the
study
money.
that's not, but you said there was not one study. And Harvard did a study.
I mean, come on. All right.
I'm going by the Harvard study.
I'm going by
using it
MIT.
more.
MIT is
See
like
more
it's,
women on my Instagram Explore feed that I'll never talk to or get to meet.
It said there are hundreds of papers and studies that show the link between social media and negative mental health. Like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. But you have one. That's cool. All right. That's where Zuckerberg went. I'll take all information in, but I know how I feel sometimes with it, right?
Yeah,
All the
I
time.
don't feel great with it at the end. I feel like I just wasted a bunch of time. And then it's like depressing that I wasted all that time when I could have been doing something more constructive.
Or you see people on vacation and you start feeling jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I do. One of the positive aspects, though, I do like recipe ideas that I get.
Mhm.
You know, but then I feel bad for my cookbooks because I'm not,
my
'cause I'm not
gosh.
reading them.
My gosh.
Oh boy.
You know, I have all of it right there, but I choose to, of all the cookbooks that I own,
Yeah.
I choose to just scroll and get, you know, recipe ideas from there.
That's where we should draw the line.
It
Get rid of
is.
social media.
Well,
Exactly.
and Squid, you would say like in like dating, it can be okay to help you date a little bit, but then like when you're in a relationship, it can be a major problem.
Yeah. Or even if you're single, it's depressing as hell because all you see is couples. And you're like, damn, I'm lonely as hell.
Yes.
I'm on Lonely Island.
That's
Yeah.
right.